What's going on, everybody? It's Matt. I want to say thanks for clicking on the video. Really appreciate it. Happy Taco Tuesday. I'm going to get into that. But first, these were my plays yesterday. Had 3 DNPs. It's never happened to me before. But hey, Andre Drummond, look at that. 18 rebounds. Is a great call on my part. He's literally going to be the only productive big man on that team for the rest of the year. So follow it up. I know they play. I was thinking about actually betting on him today, but 10.5, it's reasonable, but they're playing Minnesota. They have no Rudy Gobert, but they have Naz Reid, they have Julius Randle back, and they're 15-point underdogs, so stay away from that. So anyway, I'm going to give you 4 picks. I'm going to give you 2 in the NBA, and if you stick around towards the end, I'm going to give you 2 in hockey, because all these NBA players are divas, and they just keep getting all injured, so I need to have a backup plan. So Warriors and Knicks, that's the first game I'm targeting. This is going to be a really good game. It features the 2 top rebounding teams, or top 10 rebounding teams. You got the Knicks and Golden State right here at 7 and 8. It's going to be on prime time too on TNT. So targeting these kind of games, I think, kind of limits people being injured and those DNPs, because that's what I'm trying to avoid right now. So what I'm going to be featuring here for my play, my first pick here is going to be Karl-Anthony Towns. If you look at his last 5, he's very up and down. And if I was looking at his stats on ESPN, up, down, high, low, high, low, high, low. But on Sunday, the Knicks have been playing really inspired basketball lately. Go check out the Knicks. They keep winning, coming back in the last second here. They're going to be at home. They're favored by, I think, 4.5 points right now. But if you didn't know, he's the number 2 rebounder in all the NBA. He's listed as questionable, but did play on Sunday, so I think he's going to play. And if we go over to StatMuse and we look at the Warriors, so rebounds per team against the Warriors, they are giving up 13.5 rebounds per game to the center, which is honestly some of the highest numbers I've seen since I've been doing this. And my sportsbook has Karl-Anthony Towns to hit 12 at -223. That's really good for me. And if you're thinking about, hey Matt, what about Josh Hart? Josh Hart gets a lot of rebounds. He's got to deal with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. I know he's a guard, but I think that 2-headed monster is going to kind of corral Josh Hart. So and Karl-Anthony Towns is just too big. So if I had to pick one between Hart and Towns, I'm picking Towns. First pick down, 2 more to go. And I was looking at all the matchups. There's so many injuries out here. But one of the games that I'm targeting is going to be the next primetime game after that follows. It's going to be Clippers and Suns. The Clippers are over here at 9, and the Suns are all the way down here at 23. The Phoenix has been getting a little better. They were down here at 26-27, and they've been slowly getting better as a rebounding team, which is fun to see. People like Bol and Kevin Durant are stepping up and catching boards. But who I'm thinking of is probably not who you're thinking of. It's going to be James Harden. James Harden, he's not a big, I love betting on forwards and centers, but James Harden, if you look at his last 5, don't let it fool you. Yes, he averaged 6. He only had 2 versus the Lakers. Clippers have actually lost 4 out of their last 5, if you didn't know. They're going to be playing on the road in Phoenix in prime time again. It's going to be on TNT. But here's why I think James Harden is actually going to surpass 5 rebounds. Here we are, ESPN.com. He's played the Suns 3 times. So let's just look at his splits first. Last 10, he's averaging 6. Check. Look at versus Phoenix, though. 3 times this year. The minutes are there, almost 38 minutes. 9 rebounds a game. And on the road, 5. So all the data suggests that he's going to go over. If you're patient with me, let's kind of scroll down here and look at those 3 games when he played versus the Suns. Right here, if we kind of go down Monday, right here in January, towards the end of January, 6. And we have to go all the way back here into November. He played him twice. 10 rebounds, 12 rebounds. And I think this is interesting only because he's playing his former teammate, Kevin Durant. Maybe that has something to do with it. I think so. And if we're looking by rebounds per game that the Suns are giving up, if we're looking at the shooting guard position, 10. So the data suggests that the Suns are giving up a lot of rebounds to guards. So James Harden might be the sneaky play here. And if we're looking at James Harden's last 10 games, he's averaging 6.1 rebounds at his last 10. So everything is pointing to the sky. James Harden, he's going to pull through for us, hopefully. So let's go. I have 2 more picks for you. They're not in the NBA. So if you're not interested, you can go ahead and click off the video. But I think you'll be interested. My first play here is going to be Leon Draisaitl for not goals. And if you're wondering what this is a screenshot out of a site called Props.Cash. It's a great site if you want some more information to follow or fade. They do a really good job with hockey, so I kind of tap in here every once in a while. And I'm using hockey as a backup plan here. So I'm targeting Leon Draisaitl here, not for goals, but for shots on goal, because they're playing the Ducks tonight. In his last 13 games against the Ducks, he's had at least 1 goal 10 times, and he averages 1.2 goals in this matchup, and he's hit this number in 8 out of his last 10. So we go over to NHL and we see Leon. Something of what's funny with PrizePicks and a lot of other sites like DFS is they take this information into account, because look, there is no option for 1 goal. The points, if you wanted to do 1.5 points, you can't do it. So what's interesting is I'm going to be slapping over to shots on goal instead, because in order to score, he needs shots on goal. This is his last 5 right here. And if we go over and look at his splits on ESPN.com, this is where doing your homework comes in handy, because they're playing at home right here, right? So follow with me. He's played in 20 games at home and he has 102 shots. He's played 24 games on the road and has had 98 shots. So he is shooting a lot. He has more shots in 4 less games played. The center here, I think, is going to be shooting a lot, especially versus the Ducks, who tend to give up a lot of shots on goal. I think they're in the top 15. So let's go ahead and lock in Leon. And I have one more play for you. If you're still with me, I really appreciate it. I was looking through Props.Cash and I saw something else that was really interesting. We have Valeri Nichushkin. He's played for Colorado. In 2 games since returning to the Avalanche lineup, he has 10 total shots on goal on 15 attempts. He's getting a solid matchup against the Penguins. Penguins aren't that good this year. They're giving, I watch hockey here and there. In Pittsburgh, they're always in high scoring games and they're giving up a ton of shots. And it's good to see that he's cleared it in 5 out of the last 6. So if we go over to Valeri, let's see it's still up here. Yeah, shots on goal. I'm going to take 1.5. I'm not too invested in Colorado hockey, but I know that the winger and any forwards or centers, Colorado, they play a really fast-paced offense. They're quick and they have a lot of firepower. So he should be able to get minus or over 1.5 goals. And it was at minus 385 on my sportsbook for that to hit. So this is what we got, everybody. We're 4x right now. Karl-Anthony Towns, James Harden, Leon Draisaitl, and Valeri Nichushkin. Let's go.